What advice do you give to those who are, looking to climb the corporate ladder, that are looking to rise to the top, to people who are looking to start their own business? What advice do you give? What traits do you think, need to be emulated? What behaviors does it take to achieve success?
Well, that's a good question, but I think there are so many different kinds of people and so many different kinds of paths that those people can take that I don't think there's any one path for that. The first thing that comes to mind is that I think people need to sit down and clarify what experiences are you really looking for in your life. And that doesn't necessarily mean, it can include lots of money, but it can also include what do you want to experience with that money? A sense of freedom, a sense of service, a sense of providing value to the world, a sense of self-confidence and self-efficacy. What is it that you're after? So there's, in my own, explorations in the whole personal growth and self-awareness, game for years, I've been involved in that pretty seriously. There's an exercise that's saying, well, what do you want? I want a red Porsche. Great. What experience do you think that's going to give you? Freedom and a sense of fun, whatever. And then the people get the red Porsche and they're worried about somebody going to dent it, and they can't afford the payments on it. They didn't really get the experience they were looking for. What happened? They got the symbol, but they didn't get the inner experience. But if you want the experience of freedom and fun, you can have that this afternoon. Doesn't mean you shouldn't have the red Porsche, but it just means that if you start to focus on the inner experience, what would climbing the corporate ladder give you as an inner experience? Why do you want that? What's important to you about that? And it could be I want to provide, for my family, for after I'm gone. So there's a sense of building wealth or building net worth or building assets, for the people around you that matter to you. There's no right or wrong about any of your answers to this, but I think getting clear about whether you want to do that or whether you want to get there because you want to be able to impact a much larger segment of the world for doing good or taking it over, I don't know, for whatever you want. But I think that's the key, is being able to externalize and start to become objective about, well, what is it that you're after? And so just crafting your own ideal scene, not only of the things you want, which is fine, don't stop that. Matter of fact, don't feel embarrassed that you want a red Porsche. So there's nothing wrong with any of that material stuff that you might want, but it's also true that it's a real good idea to just sit down and say, let me just lay that all out. And then use that as a map just to then guide you in terms of your intuitive decision making. I don't think you have to work at it that hard, but I think you do need to be conscious about it and validate it in some part of yourself. And then you'll notice people across crowded rooms. Your intuition's going to have you go walk down the street and meet somebody that's going to, wow, that's the coolest thing. So I think both defining what it is that you want as an inner experience and also being willing to just keep engaging with people. Somebody gave me a great piece of advice many years ago. He said, David, the way wicked coolest things that'll ever happen to you in your life will probably come either directly or almost directly from your willingness to step out of your comfort zone and meet somebody you never met before. So network, right? Take advantage of that. Even when you don't feel like it, engage, participate, get involved in the planet out here. Don't try to isolate yourself or get too self-absorbed. So those are my two biggest tips.